that I plant over and over again in these. Eventually they fall apart, but they're pretty sturdy, and then I can move them around the garden. Um, Usually I will not start any annuals in the garden, even if in a container, until after May 15th, which is the frost date from where I am at, the last, known frost date. If I was going to plant it in here, I might put like a clear glass or clear plastic cover on it to make a little, like a window box, if you would. So each fall or spring, I come back and I just weed out the one from the year before. Get all the dead matter out. That will go later on into my compost. And I take anything that's growing in there that I don't want growing in there, and I remove it. There's lots of leaves. So, a quick, simple. I still got a good soil in it. But as I'm taking things out, I lose some soil, which is fine because I'm going to top it with some better soil. See a lot of little things growing in right now. And I'm just going to simply kind of rake them up. I could use that with a little claw and just rake up the little kind of weeds that are going in. I'm just going to use my hands because I'm bad like that. But I just give it a little rake, get everything kind of growing, loosened up where I can pull it out, or the roots are now up, so it's not going to grow much anymore. I expect I'm going to find weeds throughout the summer and weed them out, and that's fine. I don't really care. I'm going to loosen this out just a little bit more. Kind of packed down. We had snow the other day, damp, heavy snow. So I'm just loosening up because I'm going to plant my seeds right on the top of this. I'm just loosening up in there as it got packed over the winter. And these are seeds, again, that I would plant right directly in the garden on May 15th. But what I'm really going to do is plant these and put them in my hoop house. So I can take them out in about a month. It's mid-April right now. So in about a month, they'll have an extra month of growth to them. So that's a little tip to get more. I'm going to plant Tulsi. Tulsi is something I want to harvest throughout the summer. So if I can get an extra month of growth, that is beautiful. And sometimes, especially with Tulsi, I can get almost well into the fall on that. But I like that little extra month of growth. So it is all kind of loosened up. Not seeing any plant growth matter really on the top that's worrying me too much. And then I got my Tulsi. There is about probably 100 seeds in here of it. So it is Tulsi temperate. Would give you the Latin, but I'm going to butcher it. It takes 70 days to mature, so I'm looking at 2 months before I'm able to harvest. I'm putting all of these seeds right in here because what I'm going to do, so it gives them a nice little kind of warm environment. Once I see, and I'm not, the reason I'm doing this as a lazy gardener is because I want less space and I don't want to take up a lot of space in the greenhouse for this. If I was to do like 1-2 little seeds in each little pot, that is way too much room. Like, I am not a commercial grower that has that space. So I just put all the seeds, the 100 seeds, right in this container. But what will happen is as they start growing and I'm getting like 2 or 3 leaves on them, I have more like this. They'll get transplanted into. So I'll just keep on transplanting them gently into other containers. So I will probably have about 4 of these, and then I have some more containers, big round ones, that I'll put everything I just planted into within 2 to 3 months. And I'll probably only leave about 5 to 6 plants that I'm going to harvest from often, so pinch down, and they'll be pretty full in here. So those 100 seeds, I will at least have 50% of that grow. Maybe even more, because I'm not a numbers person. I don't count this. I don't really pay attention to those kind of things. I'm probably actually having a lot more than 50% growth. And today I'm doing this on so the moon's in Cancer, and it is a waxing moon. So that is ideally for planting annual. So this is like prime day. So if you follow biodynamics or Farmer's Almanac, planting on when the moon is in Cancer is going to really increase my percentage of growth. So yes. So I just put them in. I could look to see how deep I'm going to try. They want sprinkle seeds on surface, barely cover, tamp, keep moist until they germinate, which will take about a week. Thin or transplant 1 foot apart. Yeah, as I said, I usually will put 5 in here, but I'll stagger them. That will be another video. It just, again, I'm not a commercial grower. For the amount of Tulsi I want, I don't have every 4 foot to do. So over in here, I have my compost from last year, some nice worm castings. So fertile. There is some little growth in it, which I just kind of pull out. Look at, I am not about to bring this up to a certain degree so it's sterile. I want to know that things can grow in it. I want all the little microorganisms to know I have healthy soil. So yes, I will take the extra time and I'll do weeding here and there. To me, it's just, well, actually, it's kind of therapeutic. It's just a little Zen moment weeding. And I do have people to help me too. So, and now I'm just going to sprinkle this over it lightly because it just wanted me to do it lightly and then tamp over. Again, I'm pulling out these little, they look like white worms, some growth that was in my compost. And I'm just lightly spreading it over. Pulling this out. I mean, most likely because they're on top of the dirt, they're not going to grow back in. They'll just die, but I am sprinkling dirt everywhere. Okay, that's good. Tamp that down. It is nice and moist because it's been outside, so I'm not going to worry about watering it today. Too many W's. Y'all know I went to speech classes all the way through elementary school. You're lucky I can speak. But it does not stop me from doing these videos and teaching classes. You know, as long as you get my point. Y'all will come back for more. So again, I have the soil from last year in the bottom. And then I put fresh, and this is good compost. Oh God, it's just beautiful. See how dark that is? Beautiful compost. There's some eggshells in it because that takes a little longer to compost. So great nutrients, which I'm adding back into this soil. Not that the soil probably got completely depleted in 1 year, but I make sure if I'm using this planter to plant the same stuff over and over again, I'm adding to it. If I was planting something else, I might not worry about it too often because different items are gonna compost and bring different things or take different things from the soil or take different things from the air and put them in. But I've been using these mainly for Tulsi, so it's good that I do sprinkle in some nice compost. Technically, some people will call this black gold because I have red worm wigglers. God, all the W's. Which is a great worm to get their poop. So they eat my compost and then they poop and they give me excellent nutrients. So that was just my lazy gardener planting seedlings a couple months, well, about a month before I need to bring them out. Again, if I have no room in my hoop house, I could do it outside. I have some like windows or clear plastic that I could put over that. I would just make sure that on the hot days I would lift up to vent. I don't want to get too high in there. But that would be something if you have no room, like a greenhouse. I could also bring these into my house, which is an advantage of doing things in these narrow pots. They could have just been, you know, put somewhere where they're getting some light, some warmth. They really don't need the light until they start sprouting. So if you have something that has a long germination period and you have this, and you can stick it under your dining room table if it's near some heat and no one's gonna, you know, bother it, that's perfect. And then once they do germinate, you can find for the remaining time some sunlight or lamp. But I find it's convenient to do it in these versus the little squares. I've tried every year the little squares. They don't work for me. This works for me. Hope it works for you too. If you like this video, don't know if it's going to be a YouTube or this is going to be in my Lazy Gardener series. So if you find this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, and then check out my Lazy Gardener series. It is a static class. That is a little money, just a little money. The first year I put it out was free. Don't know what time you're going to be watching this. All right, bright blessings, my friends. Enjoy your gardens. I'm back. So I'm just about to put the Tulsi into the greenhouse or the hoop house, and I realized I did not tell you this really important tip. Put your seeds in a plastic bag, and that way wherever you put them, you can put it right underneath the pot so you know what you have. Because believe me, if you end up doing a lot of pots and different planters, you're not going to remember in 2 months from now what you planted. So that's my tip. It doesn't get ruined. It's in a plastic bag. I've tried the popsicle thing. They fade. This does not fade because it's in a plastic bag. And then I'll remember what it was. So, right underneath. That is my bonus tip. Talk to y'all later. Hello, my friends. It is Jennifer with another bonus tip. When you open up your seed packets, you have a sticky side here and then down there. But it's inside. So if I was to funnel all my seeds out that way, they get stuck on the sticky. So make sure you funnel your seeds out the non-sticky way. I know it seems like common sense, but sometimes we're all in a rush and we funnel them the sticky sides. I'm not saying Wah has ever done that. Never. Me. No. But just watch out for that. Okay.